This is happiness, to be everything at once. Be unblinded, be unlearned, be unbridled and unburned.
Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new episode of Mood Prep. I just had hair in my mouth. My name is Dave Nixon, and today we're going to talk about your presence is your bond. Now, we came across a quote that was mentioned in the training last week, I think, by one of the attendees, and they said, if your presence doesn't work, then your word won't either. I thought that was quite interesting, but it's sort of interesting in going sort of a bit further and a bit deeper into it that I want to today, as much as I can in 10 minutes. And look at this idea of, okay, well, maybe your presence is your bond then, rather than your word is your bond. And I think growing up and being taught that our word is our bond is, you know, I mean, there's worse things to teach children, fair enough. However, what ends up happening is that we end up having these really intellectual conversations, and we're thinking constantly about what we want to say to people or what we should be saying and how things should be landing with people, and constantly maybe checking about if that sounds smart enough and all of this. Whereas at the core of who we are, we're emotional beings. We're there's so much more happening than just what I think and what I say and what you hear. There is so much happening that sometimes we neglect to realize how we can actually truly impact somebody with a conversation, or really truly get our message across by integrating our thoughts, our emotions, and every part of us into what we're saying. And so I wanted to look at this conversation as your presence is your bond, right? And what comes with that is also your words, rather than empty words. And I think empty words are something that it could probably make up like 80% of people's conversations, really. I mean, how's the weather kind of thing. It's that small talk, sure, but you can have simple talk that still has presence, and it still has meaning and depth. You know, it's not so much looking at it from a small talk or a big talk or large talk or whatever the opposite is for you. It's more so going, when I'm trying to explain something to somebody, or when I'm passing on a message, but even like communicating is also listening, right? And when I'm listening, am I listening with my whole body? Is my presence here? Or if the person's talking, am I thinking about my response? Because if I'm in my head thinking about my response as the person's talking, I'm hearing them, but I'm not fucking listening. Like dead set, not listening. Not listening by what's important, what the emphasis are on different words in the sentence. You know, if I'm trying to solve this person's problem as they're still talking, I may think I'm doing the right thing, but I'm not truly listening to what this person actually wants or is getting to. I need to hear the whole problem before I can interject or even see if that person wants a response. Sometimes people talk just for the sake of airing things, so that when they air it, they can actually hear it for the first time, and then they can work through it. There's a whole range of things happening here. We really can undervalue how much listening can play such a big role in actually being there with someone, right? Not being there for them. Like, let them sort their shit out. We don't have to go around saving everyone, and that's a big fucking thing we need to learn, because if your goal is to go around saving everyone, you will continue to find people that don't want to be saved. They're looking for fucking rescuers, but they don't want to be rescued, and then you end up just being in this sort of drama cycle. But the problem is, it's what you asked for. Because you just went around not listening to people, not learning to really truly understand what the individuals are saying. The amount of people that come to me and they might have an issue or a problem, and I'm like, okay, it sounds really challenging. They're like, yeah, it's hard. I'm like, cool. Did you want to do something about it? Are you ready to get rid of it? Are you ready to get over it? Are you ready to move on? A variation of those questions depending on the situation. And their response means a lot, because they might go, if they say something along the lines of, well, what do you think? It's like, probably not. It doesn't sound like a yes. So if I try and help them, what's happening? They don't want to let go of it yet. If they don't want to let go of it yet, or maybe they don't want to ever, I'm not going to waste my time injecting my thoughts and my feelings and emotions, because they don't want to let go of it. That's up to them, not me. But I need to also learn to sometimes just be there and listen to what the person's saying in order to learn how to ask the right questions, or not fucking ask anything at all. Sometimes silence is the answer. The person's just working through their own thoughts. Now let's flip this and talk about when we're talking, we're bringing something forward to the table. And this is for anyone that's been to any of my seminars or has seen me talk in public before. One of the biggest goals for me was like, whether you read my stuff, whether you listen to my podcast, whether you meet me for a coffee, whether you train at my gym, whether you come to a seminar that I run, that you 100% get me every single fucking time. Whether you're in my coaching, it doesn't matter. That every single time it's unfiltered, it's me, right? Ruthless authenticity was the goal, right? And that's the state. And so understanding that was so crucial, because I want someone to be able to read what I write in my voice so that they can hear the emotion in it. So that when I'm talking, I'm not just talking from my thoughts, I'm talking from my heart, and more importantly, my thoughts, my heart, and my gut. I talk from my stomach so that when I'm actually presenting, when I'm giving myself, because that's what it is. When you're talking, when you're presenting, you're extending yourself out to an audience. You're giving it a part of your soul, a part of your history, a part of everything. Don't fucking leave shit on the table because you're too busy in your thoughts hoping that people aren't judging you. Show up. Show up with all of you. Learn to speak with all of you. People are going to judge you regardless. It's got nothing to fucking do with you. It's about them. People don't judge you because of you. People judge you because of them. It's a really important point to think about, right? And so when you come to a conversation and you are talking and you have something to say it with all of you. Be there. Speak from your body. Inject emotion. Like, your presence is your signature. It really is. Like, how you rock up and every part of you is so crucial. But don't just aim to be heard. Learn to listen, right? I think the Stephen Covey quote goes, first seek to understand, then be understood. The amount of times I would listen to people in the past and I'm like, no, you're fucking up here. And I'll let them finish. And I'm like, hang on a sec, dude, just listen. And then I listen and I'm like, fuck, I would have been wrong if I spoke up earlier. There you go. Interesting. Well, I'll shut up. And one of the things I learned, and something that I'm still really grasping today, is only speak if it improves the silence. Your presence is your signature. Only speak to improve the silence, and people only judge you because of them, not because of you. You get someone who doesn't judge, they're not just going to start judging you. That's an internal thing going on. And think about that for yourself when you judge other people. Because here's the thing about judgment, right? Oh my God, you're such a shit speaker. That's judgment. If that impacts you, then so will, oh my God, you're such a great speaker. It's still fucking judgment. Learn to be a great speaker and not need the validation. No, because what you spoke was the truth and you rocked up with all of you. Every ounce of your presence. That there's a fire there, emotion. And that's practice. It takes practice. But you know what else takes practice? Judgment. You know what else takes practice? Failure, avoidance. Every single opportunity, every single moment in life is an opportunity to move and step into something. Right? A big thing for me recently is learning to lean into my potential, lean into your potential, right? Leaning into the edge, as the coaching room may call it. But what that really means, it's leaning into your uncomfortableness. I wrote about it on my Instagram, if you want to go see that from yesterday, by the time this goes out. DD Nix, just to clarify. And it's about leaning into the things that are uncomfortable. Yeah, you only grow outside your comfort zone. Sure, true, whatever. Is it too cliche that you only just say it and don't do it though? Find the things that are uncomfortable because it points to where your potential is. This is the thing we need to learn, that when we learn to develop the other edge of us, right, the things that we're not so good at, we don't lose access to the things we're good at. We gain perspective. We gain access to more. So strengthen your strength, sure, but strengthening that we find uncomfortable, we get a completely evolved you. Big difference. Team, I'm out. Thank you very much for tuning in. For those of you that have got one more seminar for one more one-day seminar for this year. Then I got a 3-day at the start of November. You should check it out. It's on my website, davenixon.com.au/seminars. Otherwise, if you haven't already, jump on Facebook, Mood Prep Online, and if you're a PT, a coach, or a trainer, or an athlete, check out the Coaches Circle. I'd love to hear you inquire about potentially coming on and joining the Coaches Circle. Otherwise, team, that's it. I'm out. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until tomorrow. Peace and pizza. kick today in the dick, slay the dragon. I'll see you soon.
To be everything at once, be unblinded, be unlearned, be unbridled and unburned.